we are going to start recording, as I will be uploading it to our website. Now the work that I ask you to do, so this is the work. I ask you to write a program to print 11, 23, 35, 47 up to n. Now if you see, the difference between the number is 12. Now you need to go to up to n, and the value of n I do not know, you do not know. You will have to take it from input, and then whatever you are taking from input, you are storing it to a variable, and then this n will be terminating point of your loop. So I'm going to do it here as a quick let me solve it here quickly for you. So I'm going to open a new test and saving it in the same place where I usually save, and I'm going to give it as the name as exercise for loop, okay, and then so I have told you that whatever you are writing from now on, you will be including an option explicit statement in the beginning. What is the purpose of using option explicit?
Not making any mistake, like
If we make a mistake,
we're not making mistake.
So you might use a variable unintentionally, and then it will be hard for you to see where you are making mistake. So by using option explicit, it asks us to declare all of the variables explicitly. Okay. Now if you take a look here, I'm going to write that. So what is our program? Write a program that prints 11, 23, and then 35, 47, and then up to n. Whenever you see n, you know that n is not a value. You will imagine that you will have to take a value instead of n, and then you will be using it as n. Okay. Now take a look here. Again, I am using option explicit, and then I am declaring some variable. One is n, another one is I. Okay. Now let's say n equal to input box, and let's say enter value of n. Okay, enter value of n, and then you are writing a for loop for I equal to, what is the starting point? 11, and then 11 to how much? 11 to n, because see, the value I am taking from input, I am storing it in n, and that n will be the termination point of my loop. So before I use n, can you see, I am seasoning it by taking a value and store it in that n, right? So what will be our step 12? So if I execute this program now, will it print anything for me? Are you sure it will print something for me?
Okay.
No,
Print the volume. Print the time.
Okay. If I do not say print,
What will happen?
then it will not print.
Yeah.
So we'll have to say print. Print, and besides print, we will have to mention the variable. Let's say print, and then what? I, right? Now let me execute it. If I execute it, okay, can you see we have it is asking us to input the value of n, right? So if I input 99, can you see it is printing like it is going, is it going up to 99?
No.
It is going up to what?
The last number where
That is
12.
possible.
12.
It is going up to, it is printing up to 95. Why 95? Because that 95 is possible up to that series. See, let's say 11 plus 11, the next number is 23, and then the next number is 35, and then the next number is 47, and the next one is 59, and the next one is 71,
71, 83, 95.
83, 95. So after that, when you add another 12, it becomes 107.
Which is not
So
95.
where our termination point, it is beyond our termination point. Okay, all right. So any question on this? Nizam bhai, I saw you didn't do it, but did you understand? You understand? Okay, any question, any more question?
So it has to be smaller or equal or smaller than the number n number, but no greater than the n number, right?
See this n up there.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you are taking from the input, so when you are increasing I will be increased up to that n.
Yeah.
But when I will be increased more than n, then it will not reach n.
Yeah.
So that is how for loop works. So for loop, just get yourself familiar the termination point of for loop. Termination point is where the loop will be terminated. We will have no more execution. Okay. Now let me give you an example. Let me give you another one. So our next one is, we will be taking 10 numbers from input. We will be taking 10 numbers from input. Remember, how many numbers?
10.
We will be taking 10 numbers from input by for loop. So let me open a new test. Let me save it. Let me save it. Create. Okay, this one will be grade calculator. Okay, now in this one, the question is write a program that will take 10 numbers from input. Okay, that will take 10 numbers from input and will be okay. Just that's it. Write a program that will take 10 numbers from input. Could you solve that? Using for loop, you will be taking 10 numbers from input. That's it. Please solve it. Again, look at me please. The question, did you understand the question? 10 numbers means, like, let's say one number will be 80, another number will be 97, another number will be 70, like that. This program just will take input 10 numbers from input using for loop. One by one. Using for loop.
Any number.
Same thing, like you will have a for loop, and by that for loop you will have to take 10 numbers from input. Then you will write your for loop for I equal to 1 to
10.
10, because you will have to take 10 numbers from input. And then inside the body of the for loop, each time it loops, you will be taking one number from input. Got it?
But run করলে তো আসতেছে different answer.
I equals to 10.
What?
So step 3.
Step 1, because you will have to loop it for 10 times, right? Okay, I'm giving you a couple of minutes. Try to solve it. If you cannot solve it, we will be discussing in details. Let her.
So I equals to 10.
Input box যদি আমি 100 দেই
10 টাকা number, exactly. Okay, take a look here. We will be discussing it in details. No worries. Here,
এটা আমাদের করে দেখাও.
I'm going to do it here. Dim.
Yes.
dim number, okay, and then number means let's say dim. Can you see one other thing here? Can you see this number when you declare dim and that number, they are similar color? When you see something becoming blue, that means you cannot use it as a variable name, because this number is a part of VB scripting library. See this number, it has become
Blue.
blue means you cannot use it, as
Variable.
a variable, because it is a part of VB scripting. They have reserved this word that you cannot use it as a variable name.
For the language.
So there are some words, let me show you some words that you cannot use as a variable name, okay. So VB scripting keywords, they are called keywords. So if you take a look at the list of VB scripting keywords, actually let me see if there is any keyword at all here. Let me do another one. Can you see here?
Resume it, please.
Okay,
Oh
sure,
my
sure,
god,
sure,
I'm like being busy.
Okay, okay.
My glass is
let
not
me zoom
working.
in.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
This is array, erase, L bound, U bound, okay, left, set. You cannot use them as a variable name, because these words are reserved. Reserved means they are already, they have the guys who develop this language, they have used those words for certain tasks. They have already defined those words to do certain works, so we cannot use them as a variable name, okay. Can you see Fs, S, C, S, C, D, C, H, R, okay. So there are a pretty long list of numbers. In C there are 32 words that you cannot use as a variable, but in here we have a long list of words that we cannot use as a variable. So see, when you have declared a variable and if it becomes like that, you cannot use it as a variable. Let me make this one as well a little bit bigger. So coding, text editor, tab spacing, fonts and colors. I'm going to make it, let's say 20. Is it a little bit more clear now?
Yes.
Okay, now you can see that DIM and that number. Okay. Okay. Look at here. This number and dim, they are same color. That means this word is already reserved. You cannot use it as a variable name. So we'll have to give it here like let's say subject. Let's say numbers subject. I'm giving a just a different name. Now can you see that color is different now? Okay. Now I'm declaring another variable, and then let's say for I equal to 1 to how many numbers we
10.
want? 10. So we want 10 numbers, and then here I will be doing one thing. Let's say subject number, right? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
number subject.
Number subject, actually this is one variable. I just gave, yeah.
No,
take a
actor.
look here. Subjects, okay, let me take in that way. Subject 1, okay, subject 1. Then here subject 1 equal to, how will I take the number from input? I will be taking in by input box, and then here enter the number, okay, number of a subject, okay, and see, after that my goal is to, whatever number I am getting from input, I want to print that number, okay. Let's say print sub 1, okay. Now let me run it. Okay, if I run this one, can you see here it is asking us to input a number. Let's say we input the, let's say in physics he got 60, okay, and then it is asking us to input another number. Let's say we input 65, okay, then it is asking us another number. Let's say we input 70, okay, then we input 75, okay, then we input 80. So how many times it will be asking us? 10 times. So let's say 82, and then the next number 85, and then the next number 88, and then the next number 90, and then the next number 92. So if you take a look here, when we are printing, you saw that it has taken 10 numbers from input, okay, but how many numbers it printed? One number. So we have taken from input 10 numbers, but it has printed how many numbers?
Just 1, 10.
Just one number it has printed. So if we want to print all of the numbers, how will you do that?
You have to mention that.
How? Okay, let me do one thing here. Let me put in that way, subjects. Please put your 100% attention on the board.
Okay.
It is a very important topic. What did I ask? Put like dim subjects, okay, dim subjects, and then let's say subjects equal to array 10, okay. What did I do? Subject equal to array 10, and then here I am doing subjects I equal to input box, and then here I am doing for I equal to 1 to 10 again, and then print subjects I, and then I don't need this one. Let me quickly run this one. Instead of giving 10, I am going to give 5. Here I am going to give 5, okay. I know you will have question, but before your question, let me quickly run it. Okay, so it is asking us for the first number. Let's say we input 40, okay, and then it is saying subject out of range 1, right? So it is saying that it is out of range. So let me see one thing here, input box, okay. We have declared an array and subjects I means it will be